All right, the Knicks and the Nets tonight from Madison Square Garden. Both teams have something to play for, as the Nets are trying to get home court advantage in the first round, and the Knicks are just trying to get into the playoffs. And the guy who built this Nets team, Brooklyn Nets GM Billy King, joins us now on the phone. Billy, it's Michael and Don. How are you?
I'm doing good, guys. How are you?
We're doing very well. You must be so stoked the way your team is playing. Are they exceeding your expectations right now?
We've played well. We won some games that I thought that there were tough situations, especially being shorthanded. But right now, Jason has the guys really believing as a team and as a unit. And as a GM, that's when you like to see when guys are unselfish and they're really playing as a unit. And it doesn't matter who scores, it's about Brooklyn. So that's where I'm really pleased.
Why has that play not translated necessarily on the road?
Well, I think some places we've lost on the road has been tough, but we've had some great wins on the road. Look at Oklahoma City. We won there. We won in Dallas. So we won at some places. I just think at times with the schedule, at times, I look at Toronto early in the year when we lost up there. It was after a back-to-back double overtime game against Miami. Both times at Detroit was after overtime and games at home. You're flying. So sometimes schedule hurts that. But I think, overall we're playing pretty good. I feel good about the road at home. We'll see how it is tonight. I don't know if you consider this road because it's, one borough from another borough.
Well, that's true, but you don't get the money for the seat sold tonight, so we're going to call it a road.
I'll take that. We'll take that if we could. We should make a deal. If we win, we get the money. That'd be a good deal.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, I need you to be as honest as you could be. When you guys stumbled out of the gate and really, had a bad record, was there ever a small moment when you were alone, an moment when you said, oh, this is not good?
No, not really, because of the fact we hadn't had all the pieces together. You don't have Darren all at training camp. You didn't have Kalinko. So I wanted to see us as a whole unit, and then I could make a full evaluation. So as frustrating as it was, I was watching a team that really wasn't the team that we constructed to start the season. So if that unit had been whole and we were playing like that, I would have been very frustrated and probably ready to retire.
Billy, what's the plan for KG the rest of the way?
Well, we're targeting this weekend to get him back playing, and then once he comes back, he'll be probably limit his minutes a little bit the first game, and then get him back sitting with the team. But the goal is to get him back on the court this weekend.
All right, now, he's such a great postseason player throughout his career, and that's one of the reasons you got him. But you guys have done so well with the rotation that you have Plumlee's playing bigger minutes, Blatches as well. Is there some trepidation of forcing him in?
No, not at all, because I think with the way Plumlee has played, it's great because now it just adds more depth to us. And then a great thing for us all year, we've had guys in and out of the lineup, and when guys have come back, it's made other guys better. I mean, I think when Darren was out for Sean to get those minutes, it helped him. So, no, I think we need to get him back just because what I don't want to have happen is we're relying on our guys and playing more minutes and wearing them down because we're shorthanded. So we need all our guys going into playoffs because it's very tough.
Has Plumlee exceeded your expectations, Billy?
Well, yeah, to begin the season, I think I made the statement that, I expect him to be playing in Springfield. Maybe that was the motivation for him, but, he's done a great job. And I think being able to play with the veteran guys that he has with KG, those guys have really helped him. They've given him the leadership, and as Kevin said, he's been a great sponge. He's listened and learned and not tried to do things he can't do. And I give Jason credit in the sense that he played him early in the year because Jason said, we've got to get him ready. So a lot of coaches would not have played a rookie. He played him ahead of some veterans. I think that was able to get him prepared.
Talking with Billy King, the GM of the Brooklyn Nets. They play the Knicks tonight. Billy, was there ever a fear when you guys started off poorly that Jason was in over his head, and he just ended up winning his second Coach of the Month award, and that's not done very often. I think it's the first time in Nets history. So what's your take on the coach he's become, and do you think he had a long way to go from the beginning?
No, I think just being around him and watching him and how hard he was working, I knew he was going to succeed. I wasn't concerned about that. I knew once he got used to the nuances of being a coach, he'd be okay. I knew it was going to be rocky just because he had never done it. And when you're sitting there and have to take the time out and understand that. But just watching him day and day and the effort he was put into it and the work and how honest and direct he was being with the players. Didn't matter if it was KG or Brook Lopez or Mason Plumlee. He was direct and honest with all of them. and what he expected. And I think they appreciated that.
What's the latest on Thornton and Karolinko?
Thornton's going to play tonight, and Karolinko, looks like we thought he was going to be middle of the week, but I expect him this weekend.
You know what? With his injuries this year, he's going to be very fresh for the playoffs, Billy.
Exactly. And that's one thing I get. He will be. But the one thing that, if you look at our minutes, Jason's done a good job of, like even last night, Paul Pierce does not play the fourth quarter. He has managed the guy's minutes, and I think that will come in play. One thing I did tell KG when he was first hurt, I said, take as long as you need. I said, I don't want you close to 100% come playoffs, rather than you coming back to help us win games in March and April. I said, we need you towards the end, so to be as healthy as possible. And Jason's done a good job of managing minutes, so AK will be fresh.
I don't know what you think of the Nick-Net rivalry. I know because you guys are so close together that there is a rivalry, but are you sensing it, like going into this game tonight? Is there something special because it's the Garden and the Knicks, or is it just another game for you?
Well, it is another game in the schedule, but it is a big game just because of the timing of the season. It's big for the Knicks because they're fighting to get into playoffs, and it's big for us because we're fighting to move up in the seeding. So I think the NBA did a great job in making sure that we played the latter part of the season last year. This time we were done with them. So I think when the rivalries are developed in the playoffs, having been on the bench with Indiana against the Knicks, that's when that rivalry was developed in those playoff games. But being two boroughs apart and it being the importance of the game for both teams, it's going to be a big game, and our guys are up for it because they know it means a lot for them and it means a lot for us.